As I mentioned, we've got a couple of D linemen to kind of wrap up our guests, and I'm sure they will both have some great perspectives, kind of different areas of the state, as well as coming into the season from different directions. Ahmad Breaux, the LSU-committed Ruston defensive lineman, who was a part of getting the Bearcats back to the Dome last year for the first time in quite a while, and then came into this year as considered one of the top tier title contenders, and they are the number 1 seed in that Division I non-select bracket. Ahmad, I'm sure you're not surprised by any of this. It's just doing what you guys expected to do. I mean, how has this regular season gone, and how do we feel being the number 1 seed?
This regular season, it was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? We proved a lot of doubters wrong, especially the schedule we play. It's a very difficult schedule that we had ahead of us, playing teams like Lafayette Christian, arguably the best team we played all season. Got past our longtime rival Neville, played teams like Warren Easton, guys like that. It really prepared us to play for the playoffs and ultimately led us to getting this first round bye, 1 seed, and begin our long trip back to the Dome.
Ahmad, you talk about your schedule. Like, you play in LCA, who's arguably one of the best teams in the whole state. You're only one of 2 losses this year. You get past Neville, who's a high seed again, who they always are. And you start off with a really good showing, against a really tough Warren Easton school. You fall 1 point short. It's your only loss of the season, and then you win 9 straight. And then you get into district where you're playing against Washita, who's coming off a really great season. You're playing against Alexandria, who was a point away from a state championship just in 2020. And then, of course, West Monroe, who's one of the most storied programs, in the history of our state. So you've played a tough road, maybe a tougher road than you might even play in the playoffs at points, So how's that tough road really gotten y'all ready for what's next? I mean, you went to the Dome last year. You fall a little bit short of a really good Destrehan team. I've seen a lot of Ruston football in my life. I'm from Shreveport. You guys have always been a really, really good program. But now, you're kind of even higher up than you're used to be. You're more in the upper echelon of being talked about as possibly the best team in the entire state. So how's this road getting you guys ready for what's to come when it's win or go home?
I could really attribute it to my coach, Coach Ball. Every team that we played in non-district, he made sure that every team has something that we need to work on in order to be the best team that we could be. Like Cabot, Arkansas's run attack, LCA's passing game, their versatility, playing an alien of a quarterback like Juwan Johnson, stuff like that. It really gets us ready for these playoffs that we face, and you never play or what they may have that you need to prepare for. So that really prepared us for what the road is to come, and it made us the best team that we could be.
What did the start of this season against Warren Easton, which obviously they end up forfeiting, and so you guys are statistically officially undefeated run through the season, but they got y'all in a close one on the field early on, and there was a lot of conversation from Coach Ball and from you guys as senior leaders about just kind of a wake-up call and a realization of that none of this was going to be easy. What did that loss mean to you guys to kind of, whether it be the team as a whole or maybe some of the younger guys that were stepping into bigger roles, just kind of recenter, refocus, and humble you guys early in the season?
That loss, it really meant a lot because it was the start of the season. We wanted to start off on a good note, and ultimately it didn't. We came up this short, you know what I'm saying? As a leadership group, on the team, us seniors, some of our lower classmen that had to step up and play in varsity, starting varsity. We all came together and we were like, there's something that we need to fix, connect collectively as a group, not only just on the field, you know what I'm saying? We had to figure out what's going on off the field also to limit us. And we got together, we found a solution, we named the problems, and we've been on a roll ever since, improving what we needed to improve. And that's how we made this long undefeated run, and got up to the upper echelon of the state.
Ahmad, you're sitting there in your LSU shirt. You're committed to be a Tiger. We don't have to talk about last night. I'm still upset too. We don't have to talk about that. But a lot of people like that mystery of signing day, picking a hat off a table, it's a lot of exciting stuff for a young kid. But, what kind of went in for you to kind of get your commitment out of the way to where you could really focus on the Ruston Bearcats and trying to win a state championship? So how much pressure does that kind of take off of you knowing that you're decided and that you can really just focus on Ruston?
It took a lot of pressure off me. Matter of fact, my original plan, I never thought I would be in this position to go to this university. I was committed to Duke at first, and I got that out of the way pretty soon in January. But the Tigers came along in the spring, and we were still in the off season, and I knew that's where I wanted to go. So I made my decision, and I kept it at that because at the end of the day, my goal right now is that I'm not in college football yet. I'm still trying to win this championship for my team. We're all trying to win the championship and do something that hasn't been done in a very, very, very long time. So it takes a lot of weight off of me. I don't have to worry about where I'm going here, where I'm going there, what this university is doing for me, what they're doing for me. You know what I'm saying? It's very calming and easy, way less stressful.
It's obviously a very select elite group of guys around the state that get to go on and play at the next level at LSU. And so in that Division I non-select bracket, there's only a few of you guys, but depending on how some things shake out in this first round, you and Kyle and Billiot could end up in a matchup against one another in round 2, or, we hope Jabari, a guy in 25 that LSU is among the teams recruiting, we're hoping he's healing up from that collarbone from a few weeks back. I don't think y'all would see him on the field, but you'd have a chance to kind of cross paths and catch up with him a little bit. How much do you guys as commits or recruits keep up with one another this time of year and kind of checking in, seeing how everyone's doing, what everyone's matchups look like, and talking about the potential of, a couple of us may actually cross paths here and what that might be like?
You know what I'm saying? We talk smack to each other, a lot. And you know what I'm saying? I might play Damarian this week. That's the future, that's the future interior lineman that I'm going to be playing.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking about my 9 on that team. Exactly.
Yeah, my 9, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably play against him. I'll probably play against Kylan, you know what I'm saying? That's a deep threat, very good receiver that we'll be able to match up against. And, we talk smack in our group chat, all this and that. We call each other, stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying? It feels good to be able to do that, knowing that all these great players are staying home and I get the chance to compete with them. And I'm saying it's a connective moment, but at the end of the day, our one goal is to beat them mercilessly. So, yeah.
I love you, dude.
Ahmad, let me just say, so 1990 is the last time Ruston High won a state championship. Okay, they've won 8 in their history, but it's been a while. It's been 33 years. A lot of people consider that Ruston High School 1990 team the best team ever in Louisiana. A lot of people will make that argument. All right, so you have history on your side of possibly having the best team ever to play in Louisiana high school football in 1990, win the state championship. All right, so it's been 33 years, older than anyone here on this call. All right, so what does your squad have to do for the next 5 weeks? All right, you got the bye, and then you got your road to the Dome. What does your particular team here in 2023 have to do to be talked about with those types of Ruston teams from the past?
We have to dominate, like not just get past a team, squeeze by a team, or just survive a team. You know what I'm saying? We have to absolutely, because that's exactly what they did. I'm talking about, I hear stories, they used to beat people 56-0, like games straight, didn't allow points, and they had that touchdown. That was a sacred place. Nobody should be in there. So, but they had that type of mentality, that type of drive to be like, we're gonna dominate whoever's in front of us, and there's no surviving any team. We're gonna dominate team. So,
Ahmad, appreciate you, sir. Always a pleasure. Thanks for taking some time out of your Sunday. Enjoy that bye week, man, and good luck in that second week against whether it be my 9 or Kylan or whoever's through.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Thank you.
You got it. See you soon, man.